What is up, Bitcoin investors and traders? If you're stuck in a long position, if you bought in up here somewhere and you're looking for good news, I don't know if I actually have good news for you, but I can tell you what to look for. It's not looking bad. We've got a recent pump. This is the daily chart. For those of you that watch my videos regularly, I have adjusted this chart. I cleaned it up just a touch. I have this red channel here at a slightly lower angle. I had it about there or so, the bottom of it. It's not a big deal, but someone may notice something like that. So let's talk about that. Okay. Why do I have it there? Why did I move that a little bit? I'll show you here in a second. You could have it in a few different little places. It's not that big of a deal. It's not going to change the big picture, but this is the daily chart. So I talked before about someone wanting to know if we are in a bear market. Right now, it's going to depend on news. You look at these stories, and it's, good news can make it pump, bad news can make it dump. It's had such a big dump. It's already like 36% or so. What did it end up at so far? 36%. The one thing that could happen is it the 4-year cycle? Right? It is good timing. It's that time in the previous cycles. It is that time where it does dump. You'd be looking at the $74,000 line here to set a new low. Obviously, if that happens, it's probably in trouble. But I just want to show you, if you want good news, Bitcoin is hanging on to this red channel. This is the bull, it's in essence the bull market. It's hanging on to the bottom of it. And I'll go down to the hourly chart and show you some detail. This bottom red channel is kind of an extension to contain the previous wicks off the dumps. The real thing I'm looking for is this one here, and it's currently at about 94,000 in the next couple of days. Can it get back up into there? Right. This is what you want to look for if it's going to recover, something like that. This is the daily. I'll go down to the hourly here in a second because there's some neat detail. I'll show you what I've been looking at. But that's a good sign. If you're looking for good news, that's showing a little strength. Before I go to the hourly, I want to show you what to look for. If it's going to start dumping, what to look for. This is just how this works. I want to show you what I would look for. I'm out of the market right now. Let's turn my magnet on. But I just want to show you. See this wick here? Is that wick there? Match it up with the next wick. Let's just make it real big so I can get a good look at it. That, boom. See how this works? Something about like that. Boom. So zoom in on that. This is what I would look for if you're looking for something to check out. It's likely, to come back up here and test again. Maybe it comes back up here and tests again and fails. You want to watch. If it comes down here, this is probably a good spot for it to bounce. The bottom of this new little red channel, right? This is what you want to see. If it's going to recover, that would be an indicator. Now, it could just break down at any time, right? But I just want to show you, for this channel to be valid, it needs 3 data points here on the daily chart. It's got 1, 2. I can usually see these things coming. These are bearish patterns. They have a tendency to break down, but that doesn't mean they will break down. They can break up. But this is a real interesting spot, and I thought I'd make the video. In essence, this is the bull market. It's just hanging on by a thread, right? the bottom of this channel. It is tested down here several times in previous years, 2023, 2024. This is the first time since August 2024 that it's tested. And when this came down below it, I called it out as I thought it was probably a fake breakdown, just because there's been such a big dump. Now, it could come further. If Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy start selling Bitcoin, then Bitcoin could go straight down to 50,000. like terrible news like that. It's a very news dependent thing right now at this specific time. And let's go down to the hourly chart. Let's get this off here. Get this cleaned up a little bit. It's so confusing, but that's what I would look for, right? This trend line is likely a trend line. Right, that's likely something I would be if I was trading or investing right now. I'm out of the market. Like I said, this is something I would watch to see if it breaks and sets a new low here. And then if it continued to set a new low here, then you're most likely going to look at 74,000. It does appear to be holding on. One cool thing that could be happening, I want to point out to you, not only that little red channel ahead there, something to watch, but there's also the likelihood of this, the most important line I'm watching to see if Bitcoin can break through, which is already in place. Could be, let's get some color on here, could be a triangle pattern not yet discovered by most people, most analysts. There's not enough data points for it to be valid, so you can't really see it coming. But on my chart, I've been watching this for long enough. That's a likelihood right there. This is, see, for me, I can see this stuff coming. Just on a personal side note, if I could sit here for a couple of days and just trade this and just focus on this, I could make tons of money. But I have to pay bills. I'm in credit card debt, and I need to take care of my credit card debt because it's really tying me down to where I have to go work today to pay my bills and my credit card debt, and just for survival money. So I can't sit here, right? So I adopted a swing trading strategy, and it works really well. But I've just made a couple little mistakes and got washed out. So it's annoying. Anyways, if you're sitting there day trading and you got time to do this, this yellow triangle could be really pretty. Watch for it to come up, fail, maybe come down, and watch for something like this. Now it could break down, but it could also be the launcher to up. Now this triangle has a $11,000 target, give or take. That's a good target. That's a good size. If it broke up from 95, you're looking at 105, 106. Not just a target. Targets don't get hit all the time, but vice versa to the downside. If it broke down from 90,000, you're looking at 80,000. A retest of the previous low here, which is interesting. That's very interesting. If it were to come up here, and if it broke out of 90,000, the target is actually right here. Right here. That's the target. That's interesting. I just want to point that out to you. Could be a triangle coming. And let's see. I didn't give the target on that little red channel, what that would have been. Where would I have that? Let's see, 81 to that little red channel has about a $10,000 target. Very similar to the yellow. Before I start yammering on, let's go to the hourly chart. Let's leave that little blue trend line there. Let's just get him off there. You understand. Hourly chart. So it came down. This is a common thing on a fake breakdown or even a fake break up. It's gonna, but then it actually does recover. But then it came back up for the retest here and failed and gave another fakey fake. I'm breaking down. No, I'm not. Going back up. And so that's why this trend line here is important. Right? You don't want to see this guy get broken. If it comes back down, you want to see it bounce. That's what I would be looking for if I wanted good news. If I was stuck in a long position, that's what I'd look for. Now, this is pretty cool where I have this. See, it came up on an hourly chart here. It has a habit sometimes to come up here and kind of, like I said in previous videos, to kind of do one of these It's actually got kind of above there and dip it below it. It's kind of right on it. But then it comes up and it tests almost perfectly the bottom of the. To me, this is the real important line, right? This one. This is the real important line if it's going to recover. You want to see it get above here and start closing some candles, and then it might be on its merry way. Probably testing 100, and so it failed. Right, it got rejected. But I just want to show you when it got rejected, it came down and it started bouncing, closing these hourly candles on the heart line, this dotted line here on the heart line, right? And then boom. So that tells me that I have this channel in a really nice position right now. There's a couple, like I said earlier, there's a couple different places I could put it, but this appears to be pretty accurate. I don't think it can get a whole lot better. And so obviously what you're going to be looking for today and tomorrow and the next day is this. I don't have this in the right spot. Let's see. That's kind of annoying. Let's get this guy back up there. This red line is at 93,000. Next hour, it's at 93,700. And let's see. Tomorrow, it's at 93,800. So just call it 93,700 in the next 24 hours. Watch for a rejection there. Possible comeback down. If it gets above here, then that could signal a real recovery. And I'm trying to find different ways to say the same thing. So that's probably the time to end the video. I sure hope you enjoy my analysis. The big thing I'm looking at, you know what it is? 93,700. Can it get up there and start closing candles? Hope you enjoy it. Later.